Hi everybody, it's Miss Carrie with another edition of Miss Carrie Recommends. So today we'll be talking about a book genre that's kind of close to my heart because I love the subject of the books. So today we'll be talking about horse books. So Miss Carrie actually had a horse of my own for a few years, and it was a really fun experience. I love horses and being around them and going on horseback rides. It's really fun. But I'm going to talk to you today about some cool books about horses, both fiction and nonfiction, so that way you'll have a good idea of what to look for. So the first book I'm going to talk with you about is The Black Stallion, and it's by Walter Farley, and it's a story about a young boy named Alex who is on a boat that actually has some issues and it sinks, but there's this horse that's on board too, and he's what's called an Arabian horse, which is a type of, it's a breed, kind of like how dog breeds. There's breeds in horses too. So they get shipwrecked on an island, just the two of them. So Alex and this horse form a really special bond, and Alex rides him, and eventually he even enters him into a horse race. So you'll have to read it to find out what happens. So I'm going to read to you a little bit from the first couple of pages. So it starts out with chapter 1 called Homeward Bound. Alex is on his way back somewhere. So I'm going to give you just a little taste. The tramp steamer Drake plowed away from the coast of India and pushed its blunt prow into the Arabian Sea, homeward bound. Slowly it made its way west toward the Gulf of Aden. Its hold was loaded with coffee, rice, tea, oilseeds, and jute. Black smoke poured from its one stack, darkening the hot, cloudless sky. Alexander Ramsey, known to his friends back home in New York as Alec instead of Alex, leaned over the rail and watched the water slide away from the sides of the boat. His red hair blazed redder than ever in the hot sun. His tanned elbows rested heavily on the rail as he turned his freckled face back toward the fast disappearing shore. It had been fun, these 2 months in India. He would miss Uncle Ralph, miss the days they had spent together in the jungle, even the screams of the panthers and the many eerie sounds of the jungle night. Never again would he think of a missionary's work as easy work. No, sir, you had to be big and strong, able to ride horseback for long hours through the tangled jungle paths. Alec glanced down proudly at the hard muscles in his arms. Uncle Ralph had taught him how to ride, the one thing in the world he had always wanted to do. But it was all over now. Rides back home would be few. His fist opened. Lovingly, he surveyed the pearl pocket knife he held there. The inscription on it was in gold. To Alec on his birthday, Bombay, India. He remembered, too, his uncle's words. A knife, Alec, comes in handy sometimes. Suddenly, a large hand descended on his shoulder. Well, my boy, you're on your way home, a gruff voice said with a decidedly English accent. Alec looked up into the captain's wrinkled, wind-tanned face. Hello, Captain Watson, he answered. It's rather a long way home, though, sir, to England with you and then to New York on the Majestic. About 4 weeks sailing, all in all, lad, but you look like a pretty good sailor. I am, sir. I wasn't sick once all the way over, and we had a rough crossing, too, Alex said proudly. When'd you come over, lad? In June, sir, with some friends of my father's. They left me with my uncle in Bombay. You know my Uncle Ralph, don't you? He came aboard with me and spoke to you. Yes, I know your Uncle Ralph, a fine man, too. And now you're going home alone? Yes, sir. School opens next month, and I have to be there. The captain smiled and took Alec by the arm. Come along, I'll show you how we steer this ship and what makes it go. So that's the first few pages of the Black Stallion. And to find out what adventures Alec has with this horse, you'll have to read it to find out. And we have it at the library. So, a few other books. The book Black Beauty. This book is what's called an abridged version. So abridged means it's a shorter version, but we also have the full version too. It's a book that is all from the horse's perspective. So everything in it is told like the horse is talking to you, which is really, really neat, because it helps you understand how they see things and how they feel when they get ridden, or how they feel when people treat them well, or sometimes when people treat them badly. But it's a really excellent book as well. So both of these books are about a black horse. That's kind of funny. Another neat book series that I've started is called Pony Camp Diaries. And this first one is about Megan and Mischief. It's a book about little girls that go to pony camp. Well, they can learn how to take care of a horse, and where they can learn how to ride safely. So these books are lots of fun. So they've got cool pictures too. So I really enjoyed this one. It was about a girl named Megan who rode on the horse Mischief at her horse camp. She had to learn how to manage Mischief though, because sometimes he can be like his name, kind of getting into things. But it was really good. I read it this past summer. Another couple of books I'm going to show you are nonfiction. So these are books that you look at if you just want to learn about horses in general and how to take care of them. So one of my favorite series are the Eyewitness books. I really like these for the cool pictures. So there's some pictures there of some cool horses. That's about mamas and babies. Female horses are called mares, and the babies are called foals. So, and did you know that these are part of the horse family too? It's really neat, isn't it? And it also tells you about how horses helped in history. And the last book I'm going to showcase for you is Horse and Pony Care. So this tells you if you ever wanted to get your own horse, or if you ever wanted to help out at a barn where someone you know has horses, this helps you learn how to take care of them. So you learn what they need, what they eat, what kind of shelter they need, and also how to put the saddle on them when you want to ride, and how to take care of the saddle and the bridle, which is the part that goes over the horse's head, and also about their health. You have to learn the signs to look for when they're not well. So those are just a few books today that Miss Carrie recommends specifically about horses. So next week I'll be back with some more fun books for you. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.